Hey guys, what's up? Jean's back again. Do you guys know what life hacks are? Life hacks are like tricks that help you do things better in life. I know, let's look some up. Hold on. Oh, did you guys know that putting chapstick on a paper cut makes it not hurt as much? Huh. I hate paper cuts. They're like the worst, the absolute worst. I wish we had life hacks to discovering and living God's best for us. I mean, some nuggets of truth that could help us live the good life we're all searching for. Oh wait, we do! And that's why we're talking today about something we can all do to start pursuing the best life God has for us. So let's dive right in with a couple of questions. What's the nicest thing someone ever said to you? Something that you remember and think about to make yourself feel good. And on the flip side, what's the rudest thing and meanest thing someone has ever said to you? Something that just stuck with you that you just can't seem to forget. I remember in middle school, this kid, Jonathan, he said that I had a big head, like physically big head. I kind of have a really big head, but you don't have to point that out to me. I already know that, all right, Jonathan? Just kidding. I love you, Jonathan. It's great. But he really did say that I had a big head, and it hurt my feelings. And maybe you've experienced something similar to that before. If you have, then you don't need me to tell you that words have so much power. And the way we use them can have a huge impact on our relationships. Now, did you know that different studies have shown that the average person says anywhere from 7,000 to 20,000 words a day? Some of us may fall way under that word limit, and others of us probably go way beyond 20,000 words a day. Like me, I talk a lot. Either way, that's a lot of words spoken out loud each day. My guess would be that we don't always think about all 7,000 words or more before we actually say them. Wow, I actually sounded like really smart. Stay in school, guys. Those statistics, those numbers, guys, just right in my head. Because here's the truth. While it's easy to recognize the impact of others' words on us, we don't often think about the impact our own words can have on others. I mean, imagine what it would be like to hear all 7,000 plus of your words each day. If someone recorded all the things you said, would you be okay if they played them back for you in front of everyone right now? I sure wouldn't. Guys, I have literally eaten a whole box of Gushers by myself in one sitting. Not even like spread out over time. Like, I just sat there and ate them all. When it comes to our words, we're all guilty of not paying attention to the way they might impact others. We don't always use our words as if they have power. I mean, maybe you talk differently about certain people than you talk to them. You're okay gossiping with your friends about someone, but when that person walks in the room, you change your words completely. Ooh. Or maybe you like to make rude jokes about someone on your team or make fun of someone in your class. Will you wait until there aren't any teachers or parents or coaches around to hear you do it? Maybe you've mastered the art of saying what you don't mean or meaning what you don't say. The words that come out of your mouth may say one thing, but your tone says something completely different. Maybe you take an impatient tone with your siblings, or a sarcastic tone with your teacher, or even an arrogant tone with your friends. And while you didn't actually say anything wrong, your tone is telling everyone what you really think. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. I love that. I know you guys do that. Or maybe your trouble with words starts when there's an argument or a fight. Different people respond differently to conflict, right? I mean, some people yell, "Ah!" Some people get quiet. Some people get defensive. Some shift the blame to others. Some start forming teams, and others just want to run away completely. No matter which category we fall into, we can all probably admit that we often use our words in ways that aren't great. We don't always consider the impact of our words on others. So the question is this: how do we change that? What's the right way to use our words? How do we get control of our words before they come out of our mouths? How do we consider the way our words might affect someone else? How do we avoid saying something that we're going to wish we could take back? Thankfully, the Bible talks a lot about our words. And today we're gonna look at a verse in the book of Proverbs that I think will help us filter our words in the right way. The book of Proverbs is a collection of wise sayings, mostly from a guy named King Solomon, who was known to be the wisest man in history. A lot of King Solomon's wisdom was collected over the years to pass down to the next generations. And that's us. So when talking about our words, here's what he wrote. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. The second half of this verse doesn't come as much of a surprise, right? When something goes wrong in a friendship, or we get in a fight with our parents, or a teacher gives us a grade we don't like, or sibling breaks something in our room, how do we usually respond? With harsh words, right? When that happens, the situation definitely doesn't get any better. It just gets worse. You see, our words are kind of like tools, and we can choose what tool we want to use when it comes to talking to or about others. Now, as Solomon said, harsh words stir up more things like anger, frustration, and tension. You return an insult with an even better insult. You return a rude comment with a ruder comment. You return a small rumor with a bigger rumor. When we respond harshly, the conflict only gets more intense. That's because your words can create a reaction. When we respond harshly, it's like we're using a sledgehammer. Ah! I totally missed that one. Using a sledgehammer with our words can be explosive. I mean, it's chaotic. It can cause destruction, and it definitely doesn't make things any better, does it? I mean, try eating this cantaloupe. Try it. It's all over the place. What am I supposed to do with this? And now my hands are a mess. But Solomon said, there's another option, a better way to use our words. Let's look back one more time at that first part of the verse. It says, a gentle answer turns away wrath. So what exactly does that mean? Well, wrath is defined as extreme anger. Someone is really upset, really mad, really hurt, and really, really, really angry. In other words, the situation is heated. In those moments, gentle answers can bring the temperature back down. When drama or fights or misunderstandings or hurt feelings pop up in our relationships, I mean, isn't that what we want? A way to cool it back down? A way to make things right? Well, according to Solomon, a gentle word, a calm, kind, soothing word is the answer. Like I said a few minutes ago, our words are like tools. We can choose to take an uncontrollable, heavy tool and cause damage and create mess, ding. Or we can do what Solomon suggested. We can choose a different tool. When I use this knife, I have to use a lot of care because it's dangerous. No, I have to actually pay attention and be intentional. My movements, they're controlled, predictable, and unlike the sledgehammer, the knife doesn't leave a bunch of destruction and mess behind and creates a calm, precise result. And look how easy it is to eat. Now I know it's a lot of fun to destroy a cantaloupe, but in real life, I would much rather eat a nicely sliced cantaloupe than a big pile of mushy, messy stuff. And the same is true with our words. I'd much rather speak gentle, calming words to the people around me than messy, destructive, hurtful words. Now, maybe you're thinking, but what about the person who hurt me? Maybe they deserve a harsh word. Listen, I get it. Sometimes we want to stir up anger. We want to hurt the person who hurt us because that puts us back in control again. But the truth is, it only feels like we're in control. When we choose to respond in anger, we're really giving that person control. We're allowing what they said to us control how we respond to them. Harsh words may feel like they help you gain power in that moment, but there's actually more power in a gentle response. A gentle word changes the situation. It helps you take control and become the one who influences the remainder of the conversation and the future of the relationship. Choosing a gentle response helps keep the relationship alive, and that's pretty powerful. Like Solomon said, if you want the good life, you have to choose gentle words. If you want the best relationship with others, one of the best things you can do is choose your words wisely. You have to choose the right tool. Maybe not the sledgehammer. That sounds great, but how are we supposed to do that? In the middle of an argument or right after someone says something hurtful, how are we supposed to choose gentle words? It's a lot easier said than done. And believe me, I feel the exact same way. But if we want to live the good life, the kind of life God has for us, I think we have to start trying to change the way we use our words. So here are a few helpful ideas that can guide us when it comes to our words. First, hit pause. Sometimes when you're hurt or angry, the best thing you can do is nothing at all. In the moment, try not to do anything. Pause for a few moments, or minutes, or hours. You might even need to walk away. And sometimes getting away or taking a deep breath can help you think more clearly as you decide how you'll respond. A pause is a great start to making sure you choose your words wisely. Second, say, I think and I feel. These are great phrases to help you talk about how you feel without making the situation worse. Saying, I think that thing you said was kind of mean feels better than saying, you're mean, doesn't it? I mean, responding with, I feel hurt that you asked him to be your lab partner when you knew I liked him is more helpful than responding with, you're a jerk, right? These are great responses to help you remember to choose gentleness as you express yourself. Next, name what's bothering you. What's the emotion you feel? Do you feel hurt, jealous, embarrassed, afraid, insecure, sad, or disappointed? When you name it, you can better communicate it. One of the best ways to figure out how to name what you're feeling is to talk to someone who is older and wiser about it. Your small group leader might be a great sounding board the next time you find yourself upset and not sure what you're feeling. And last, stop the back and forth. When you find yourself trading harsh words back and forth with someone, just stop. Choose to end that cycle. Be the person who changes the way things like conflict look in your relationships now. Remember, if you want the good life, choose gentle words. Choose to be the one who brings the temperature of a situation down by responding the right way. I know these aren't easy steps to take, but imagine what our relationships would look like if we worked towards responding in gentleness instead of with harsh words. Conflicts and arguments aren't going to disappear out of our lives, but the sooner we can learn to have healthier responses, the better off our relationships will be. Say it with me one last time. If you want the good life, choose gentle words. Are you gonna use the sledgehammer or go with something a little better? Now, as we wrap up, I want you to think about this question. What's one thing that makes choosing gentle words difficult? Clean up on aisle 7.